Welcome back to another video. Also, check out the link I have for Saltwater Madness. This is a good friend of mine who shows you how to do fishing in down South Louisiana. Speckled trout, redfish, wintertime, summertime, it doesn't matter. He's always hooking into these fish. I keep saying I'm going to do a collab video with him soon. It will happen this year. I spoke to him about it today, but I'll be getting on the boat with him soon, going down to Grand Isle, Louisiana. Me and my son, him and his son, and we're going to go tear up some speckled trout and redfish. So stay tuned for those videos, but in the meantime, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's just a local friend of mine that could use the help, and go check out some of his cool fishing videos. I know y'all, I wouldn't say y'all cringe, but I guess if y'all don't like the videos, y'all don't watch them, This is a Saturday driving video. Seems like I'm always driving on a Saturday. Some people like these videos because I just kind of BS and stuff like that. Some people don't like it because they don't like the long-winded. I don't know how long this one's going to be. I've been doing some videos the last 2 or 3 days, kind of going over updates and stuff, but I guess I'll just throw some things out there. I'm on my way to my hunting lease in Mississippi, right outside Columbia, Mississippi. It's about a 2-hour and 15-minute drive from the house. I had to leave at 4:45 this morning, and to be here for 7. We're starting at 7 a.m. because it's going to be over 100 degrees with the heat index easily. So to kind of get an early start before this heat, a lot of these guys are older, so they'll start about 7 a.m. and finish up about noon, and that's about the most they can take. And let me tell you, I'm an old guy also, not as old as some of these gentlemen, but with my health conditions and stuff like that, I'm not in the shape I used to be. I'm allergic to cardio. I've been trying to do more cardio at the gym. It just don't work out for me. It's so I'm sure it's going to be hell on me too, but that's the price you pay if you want to play during hunting season like that. A lot of people don't see that work that goes into it. So I'm trying to make a little video of this, just kind of a behind the scenes. So I'm sure a lot of people see hunting videos on TV at these hunting leases and farms that people have, but they don't get to see all the work you got to put in the off season. Somebody's got to go back there and cut lanes and cut roads, and we've had a bad tornado and a lot of straight line winds that came through this area about 10-12 days ago. I got a friend in Houston who just got power back from that storm, so he's been 10-11 days without power until last night. So at our hunting lease here, we had it's 1,000 acres, or more than 1,000 acres hunting lease. They got about 30, 40, 50 hunting blinds. It's a new lease I just joined, and they had almost every hunting blind flipped over. They went out last weekend. I couldn't make last weekend that work weekend. I had real work going on, and they realized they couldn't even get back there to a lot of these because there's so many trees in the road. So now they got to start trying to cut trees. That's on us to do that. The county's not going to do it or anything like that. So we're going up there to do that now. So I'm planning on dropping a video of that on my other channel, which is my Grumpy Dad Outdoors channel. There should be a link in the description. I need y'all help if any of y'all are into that kind of stuff, do me a favor and subscribe to that also. If you can thumbs up this video, that helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And but we talk about crypto in this channel, and I'm thinking about even renaming. I had somebody suggest it. When I first started this channel, it was the Grumpy Dad, or the Grumpy Poor Dad, and then somebody got offended because I put the word poor in it, and I'm technically not poor, and all this stuff like that. People get just upset about this stuff. So, but to kind of point this out as a crypto channel, it was suggested that I make the name of this channel, Grumpy Dad Crypto or something like that, or the Grumpy Crypto Dad or something like that, just to kind of put crypto in the word, so when people saw the name of the channel, they knew that that's what it was about. So I'm kind of throwing that idea around. Hey, if y'all have stuck around this long in my rant already, in my tireless talking, give me some suggestions on what you think I need to, name the channel. Keep it as Grumpy Dad, or should I name it as Grumpy Dad Crypto, or Grumpy's Crypto? I don't know. So that's that. Wingbits, I've had a lot of feedback on my video I did yesterday. A lot of questions. People contacted me. The Discord has been stupidly busy, crazy. Wingbits took a huge step with some behind the scenes stuff with a new script. That new script is preparing for the, kind of the payments, and from what I understand, something to do with the wallets, and I don't understand the whole behind the scenes script thing, but what's really involved in it, what changes and stuff like that. I just know it's a very, very important update that you have to do within the next 13 days to get your station ready, so that they can do payments and rewards for their new mainnet that's coming up. They also announced that they are changing the tokenomics. People voted for less tokens in total supply, from 100 billion to 10 billion. So that's something else that they got going on. They got several WeatherXM just went to just announced that they're finally going to mainnet, which is going to be actually next Friday, 6 days from now. So a lot of people are excited, still a little hesitant because they've heard it before, but hey, that's they announced it. I think if they change it again, people are going to revolt and riot and go crazy. That's my 2 cents on that. Got some turkey tracks, along with some deer tracks, turkey tracks. So not only did they have the wind and trees, you can see down everywhere, they also had 14 inches of rain. When you got to come downhill right here, you look at what the water did in washing these roads out. So not only do they have to get all these trees up, this stand's still standing, but you got some major road work that needs to get done to be able to drive through here. So until then, it'll be strictly four-wheelers coming through here. All right, so we finished our day at the Hunting Lease. Sweated off a few pounds. It's now 93 degrees with 103 heat index. Humidity is about 60 something percent, so it's on the low side for us. But it is sweltering stupidly hot outside. But it's 1 p.m. now as I make this video, and I'm now got my 2.5 hour ride home. Don't worry, this video won't be nowhere near that long. Just gonna hit on a couple of little things and then call it it. But one thing I'm noticing on Facebook is you got people now, especially these YouTubers, they're coming out with some outlandish stuff, talking about what ETF's going to be next and different things like that. And there's a lot of people thinking that's a Solana ETF would be next. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to be anytime soon. They're just saying that's what will be next. But you got people saying there's going to be an XRP ETF. I'm not saying there will never be an XRP ETF, but I can't see that being anytime soon. You got people calling for a Cardano ETF. And so basically now everybody who has a favorite coin is going to say that they think their next token is going to be that. That's going to be the next ETF. There has to be a good, one person was asking George earlier on his live YouTube stream about a Litecoin ETF. He says, absolutely not. There's no demand for it. So I don't know. So that's one thing, gotta watch out for. You got people asking about, you know, is alt season here? And his response, which I completely agree with, I would say the same thing, is you had a Ethereum run one big surge during the week because of the news with the ETF that was coming down. People started hearing about it, but you really haven't seen a huge increase in your altcoins. When an alt season is here, which is normally a little bit later in your bull cycle, which we haven't, to me, haven't really hit that bull cycle yet. I understand people want to argue with me. I understand people don't agree with me. But, you know, you have an ETF that came from Bitcoin, which caused that initial surge. But we've been hanging around in between that $65,000, $70,000 price now for almost 2 months. That's not a bull cycle. Your alts really haven't moved. They come up a little bit. Solana, that one with all the meme coin action, that one went up a good amount. It's come back up. I've been telling y'all every time it dips, buy more Solana, buy more Solana. I'm telling you right now, I tell everybody, especially my Monday videos, I convert my IoT every night to Helium, to HNT. Every now and then, occasionally, I will make a IoT transfer to HNT instead, just to have a couple of those coins in case it happens to go back up to $35, $40. I don't see that, but who knows. But everything else, I convert that to Solana. I'm making, you know, I don't want to exaggerate, so I'm going to say between $6 to $7 a day in IoT right now. I transfer that, or I convert that to Solana. If Solana hits some of these numbers that people are talking about, $800, $700, $900, and you look at where it's at now, that's a 4x alone. So, you know, instead of me putting $7 a day in, I'm putting $28 a day in, maybe $35 a day in. And it all accumulates up. And I'm also staking that Solana on Exodus. So, you know, I really think that there's plenty of time to accumulate more. And, you know, I know we play with some meme coins and stuff. I think the meme coin craze has kind of calmed down with that dip we had, you know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I'm still DCAing, dollar cost averaging, making smaller buys on AVAX. And now with the Ethereum ETF, I'm a little bit of Ethereum, still doing a little bit of Bitcoin. But I like AVAX a lot. I'm DCAing into Solana to accumulate more Solana. Some Matic here and there, depending on how much money I got to spend. But I'm not spending like these big amounts at one time. That's not what DCAing's about. And, you know, not that any of this is financial advice. Y'all know that. And, you know, y'all see that disclaimer when the video opens, that none of this is financial advice. But that's just what I'm doing. Nobody has to copy trade or anything like that. So going back to our crypto projects, Wingbits, I know I keep talking about them, but I'm just very excited because this is a huge step for them going to testnet. A lot of questions in the Discords, and people seem to be confused about this update script. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ran your install the first time, you can do this update. It's not that difficult, and I'm not trying to be rude. This might sound rude. I'm not trying to be grumpy or rude, I promise. But if you were able to do that the first time, you should be able to do it this time. It's not that difficult. You SSH into your device, and when you go to your antennas page on the dashboard, you copy in the install link again, just like you did the first time. You copy install link again, and you run it. Some people had an issue with it where Vector didn't start, so they had to install it twice. It says if something doesn't start, you can also reboot it. I reboot every install, no matter, every update, whatever you want to call it, every time. I automatically reboot it. My devices have a cron job on them, meaning every 2 days, I reboot my devices anyway. I find they have less bugs in them. There's less issues with them. Some people say it's not necessary. I don't care. It's not hurting anything, other than it gets rid of the little blue lines on the tar screen. But it's not that difficult to do this update. And then you go back to your dashboard after 5 minutes after, and you see if it's online or not. You know, you can go check it some other time, a little bit later, a couple hours later, see if it turns yellow, meaning it's offline, or it's still green. There's also, they're telling me a way you can hover over it and see when the last data was sent in, so you can check that time. If that time the last data was sent in was after your update, then you're good. It's not that difficult. A lot of people asking questions about the wallets. It's a Solana wallet. You got people arguing or asking about, well, does this mean we're getting paid in Solana? Look, I get it. Some people are new to crypto. A Solana-based coin in a Solana wallet, no matter which coin it is, it's going to have normally the same wallet address. So if I'm using Phantom, I have one Solana address. It doesn't matter if somebody's sending me Solana, if somebody's sending me WIF, if somebody's sending me IoT or Helium, HNT, or Wings whenever it comes out. You're still going to have that same wallet address. So they're going to send you Wings. You're going to get paid in Wings, but it's got to be a Solana-based wallet. I created an additional Phantom wallet strictly for that, and it was very easy. And then you copy that Phantom wallet address and you add it to the dashboard. So those two things easy. I have a video I made yesterday that I uploaded yesterday specifically for that, and I've got chapters in it, so when I'm long-winded and talking too much like I am now, you can skip to whatever section you need. If you need help with the update, you can go skip to the beginning part of it. If you need help with the wallet, you can skip to that section, wherever it was. And I even talk a little bit about some of my results I'm currently getting with some of my devices. One of my big things I tested out recently was a cavity filter. I'll be doing a video sometime this week on the results from a cavity filter versus the internal filter that's on the SDR, and you can stay tuned for that. That's a little testing I do, because I see there's more and more people talking about this cavity filter that's somewhere between $60, $70 or $100, depending on where you get it from, and they're asking, is it necessary? So I'm doing some testing right now, comparing it with, you know, a SAW filter and comparing it with the filter that's inside the SDRs, and I'm gonna see what the differences are with that. For those like me, several of y'all have Bitharvest firmware running on your devices, which is also running Wingbits. Bitharvest should have been sending out an automatic update this morning that updated the new package for Wingbits. So if you have Bitharvest running, don't worry about the Wingbits. It's going to be updated and everything should be fine. Also, I am testing out a new firmware. I'm on the test team. I'm not employed by Bitharvest. I'm not paid for Bitharvest. They just have a couple of us different people from the Discord who have different devices. We test the firmware, kind of like a beta tester of the new firmware before it's released to the general public. I spied, you know, I don't want to give away too much, because you know, I don't want to take away those guys, you know, fanfare fireworks or whatever, but I spied a new program that's going to be coming to Bitharvest. So that will be up to what, 11, possibly 12 programs that you can run off a single device with Bitharvest. So make sure you're in their Discord, seeing what they got going on. I know more and more of these programs are being added to the yearly license, not so much the one-time pay license, but right now they're still only offering the yearly license. But if you only want the standard license, they will, you fill out a form and they will refund you back the difference between the yearly license, which is like $36, $35, and the regular standard license, which is I think $17, $18, $19 or something like that. You know, I'd like to sit here and tell y'all I'm gonna do it for every device, but I'm not. I don't want to pay for that for every device and stuff like that. But devices that I'm gonna run Wingbits and Helium on, where those are my two main things, and I don't want to have to run two separate devices. You know, I'm running Wingbits on those. Any future ones, I'll probably run Wingbits on those, but those guys are still hacking at it, still getting that done. They're still adding. So they're definitely not just laying down on the 10 programs, 11 programs, whatever they got right now. They are still working at it, and they got that program is kicking butt right now. And finally, if y'all saw my live Thursday, I was my channel received a pass to go to Consensus 2024, which is one of the big crypto type conferences that's in Austin, Texas. And first, I have to say I was, very surprised that my channel, which I don't think is that big compared to some of these other ones, and these people who I admire and watch, and stuff like that, they have way more people than I do. But either way, Consensus picked me for a pass. I have to thank them very much. The problem is it is now 5 days away, 6 days away. I had to make sure I could clear it with work. We have a lot of stuff still going on since these tornadoes and stuff went through. And now that I got the okay from that, I'm 5 days out. Airfare has gone up. And it's one of those things where you have to balance, I'll be dead honest with y'all, that y'all know that with everything going on right now in my life, I tell you all the time about it, things are tight, and I would have to basically pull some profits out of certain coins to go to this. And yes, I'm reinvesting in the channel. I'll be able to bring some stuff back to y'all, but then I also think, airfare and hotel alone is gonna be $1,000. I could easily finish my YouTube, my supercomputer build with that, and start making better videos at my house. No more goofy green screen, and I could use that money in other places if I'm gonna pull it out. Is it really worth me going for that type of conference this last minute? Some of that stuff, I ain't gonna lie, will be over my head. RFK will be speaking. I wouldn't mind listening to him in person. They have the Karate Combat that Tech Hustler and them are going to fight in. I wouldn't mind going and seeing that. There's a lot of deep in stuff going on. There's a YouTube meet and greet. I also got invited to Bitmain's kind of after party conference thing, whatever that is. I got an invite from the young lady who runs that. If this was something I could have planned out a month ago, I definitely 100% would be going. It's just being last minute, now 5 days away. I could drive, but then if I drive, I gotta get an extra hotel room because I have to go early. That's the choices that you have to make. It's, yes, it's when you balance it out, I would have to pay for gas. I don't know. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm losing sleep over that decision. I changed my mind, I'm telling y'all, 6 times a day, if not more. Yes, I'm going, I'm definitely going. No, I forgot I got this going on. Yes, I'm going, I'm definitely going. So I don't know. I really do want to start attending more of these conferences to help my channel out, to bring that information to y'all. This one might be a tad too soon. I might just maybe need to start looking at one that's a little further out. They got another one coming up in Vegas. I would love to go to that. My wife has never been to Vegas. She always wanted me to bring her to Vegas, but then that one's only like four weeks away. So that one might be a little too soon. So maybe I need to start kind of planning these out a little bit further. Or just bite the bullet, book my ticket, and go. Hotels are sold out close to the convention center where it's at, so I'd have to book one that's a little bit further out, which means I'd have to Uber or do a Lyft every day to and from the conference. You can't walk in this weather. Austin's hotter than what it is here, and they're calling for like 100-degree temperatures over there. I can't see me walking a couple of blocks to that conference because I'll be sweating and stinking the place up. So like I said, y'all can tell I've been thinking a lot about it, trying to figure out what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do yet. My wife's cool with me going. She understands that it's going to help the channel out, and that it was a big thing for me to get that pass, but I don't know yet. So we'll see. We'll see what decision I come up with. Again, I'm sure I'm gonna change my mind a bunch of times also, between now and the next 2 or 3 days. So what's cool is I can book the hotel room, get that booked if I want to, and if you cancel within the 24 hours of arrival, you get your money back. That part's cool. Airfare, not so much. But airfare has been kind of stable over the last 3 or 4 days that I've been looking. So I don't know. All right, so I know I'm rambling on at this point. So we're almost done with our drive. Maybe another 30 minutes. I got to stop at Home Depot, pick up stuff for the yard. So my day's not finished with yet. So probably will not be doing any kind of video tomorrow unless there's some kind of news or something that comes up. Monday I'll be back with my usual crypto project, passive income project updates. I'm looking at 2 or 3 new projects. I've told y'all about them. I really want to get an XNet. That's another thing I thought. I could take some of that money from that convention, get an XNet device. I could take money from that convention and get a Chirp device. Those are 2 things. Those are things like that are crossing my mind. Is will the information I get for being 3 days or 4 days at this conference equal out to what I could be doing by getting involved in some more projects to bring that information to y'all? I don't know. I'm seeing they got a new project with SolarX or something like that, with solar panels or something like that on top of your roof. That intrigued me a little bit. I'm seeing more and more people start talking about that. There's another one too that I was looking at. So there's several different projects that I'd like to start getting involved in. I'm doing some research on them. I just need life to calm down a little bit and bring some information like that to y'all. Even if I don't actually get involved in the project, I can still bring that information to y'all. So we'll see how that goes. So other than that, again, Memorial Day weekend. Thanks to everybody who has served and people who made the ultimate sacrifice. Especially if you have somebody in your family or anything like that, thank them for what their service and what they've done. So other than that, y'all have a great weekend, and see y'all in the next video.